And Moses, we are going to be talking about the Alberta under-16 girls basketball team, and we got some local blood on the team, 2 players and the coach.
Yeah, not too bad. Getting ready. They're going to the City of Champions, heading out there for Western Canadians. Should be a great time, and definitely had a chance to kind of get things going. After 4 days of practice, the under-16 Alberta girls basketball team played an exhibition game ahead of their trip to Edmonton.
The Western Canadian Championships are just days away, and Team Alberta took on the Lakeland Rustlers women's basketball team, a tune-up game that has Coach Chris King seeing the positives.
Some of our girls said, wow, those girls are strong. It made us play at a high tempo, and we had to be really crisp with our execution. So I was very happy what I saw. Our screen and roll looked really good, and defensively, we're getting better.
Team Alberta came out strong, only to lose by 2 points. Despite the loss, the U16 girls will use this game as a litmus test.
It is a boost of confidence. Like having the ability to play against a college team before we go out to the Western Canada Games is a big opportunity, and only having like a 2-point difference in a game and having been tied is a really big thing.
I thought that we came out really strong at the start, and that was really good. And I felt like we hustled and we were working really hard for the first part. I think in the end, that's what we lost it on though. They wanted it more.
I think these situations are huge just because it's not every game you can have a 2-point game or an end of the buzzer beater really. So for them to have 2 games this weekend that are very tight, I'm excited because I saw growth in the way that we handled the pressure. The outcome today wasn't what they desired, but at least now we know, okay, this is what we need to do to fix it.
Team Alberta will head to Edmonton for one final practice and kick off the tournament against Team Saskatchewan on August 2nd.
Well, meanwhile, the women's basketball team held their training camp this weekend for the Rustlers. It was a chance for head coach Chris King to take a look at the new recruits.
We're calling this a bomb drop for the season, so we're giving them tons of stuff. This is our bomb drop. When they come back, now they know it, and we get after it.
The journey to the Final Four begins for the Lakeland Rustlers. The squad attending the camp is made up of new recruits and some veterans. It's a chance for the team to get a leg up on the 2012-13 season.
All of our offenses, all of our defenses, our team philosophies, we're going to throw it at the kids in a short period of time. So I think today we have 6 or 7 hours on the court, and tomorrow we have 3 or 4. Usually we teach that over a month. So once we give them all these new concepts, they need to go home, study them, so when they come back, we can start teaching them and breaking them down a little bit more.
And head coach Chris King knows exhibition games like this one today will help out with the little things.
They're still in high school ball mentality. It's going to take, I think, a solid college game for them to get out of it. But at times I thought we got up and down the floor pretty well, and I thought late in the game the Lakeland girls were very aggressive, very physical, and that's what they need to do at the post-secondary level.
7 players are returning, including third-year guard and team captain Mariah who will be relied on for leadership.
For the girls that are new, it's hard coming into a team, especially when there's other veterans, so just kind of trying to be there helpful, especially because it's just exhibition, so they don't really have anything to lose. If they mess up, it's not a really big deal, so it's good for them to get the practice in and just be there for them however I can.
The camp runs throughout the weekend.
Moving on to the CPCA, and what a weekend of races it's been at Meadow Lake for the Canada Cup. On Friday, BJ Carey posted the fastest time, which vaulted him atop of the Pro Tour standings, half a point over Vern Nolan. Then on Saturday, Nolan switched his outfit and came out on top, breaking the track record that was set by Jamie Labicane the night before. Sunday's events were canceled due to rain, so the aggregate standings look like this. Vern Nolan topping the group, especially that great time he had on Saturday, 2:05.32, just a few shades faster than Ross Knight. You see Lane Bremner, Jamie Labicane, and BJ Carey rounding out the top 5. And Vern Nolan also won the Canada Cup Series, 1 point up on BJ Carey. He also took over the lead in the Pro Tour standings. Moving on to NSRBL action, Game 2 tonight between the Lloydminster Twins and Unity Cardinals. The Twins lead this series 1-0. A very important game for them too, because if they win this one, gives them an extra day's rest. They have to go to Yorkton for AA Provincials. And that is your first look at sports. Gerard will have your weather details coming up. It's a sport that's seen a resurgence in the last decade, with teams and leagues popping up in and around the Lakeland. Now the sport of roller derby has taken hold in the border city.
I was really excited. The girl that got me involved, there was only originally 5 of us, and it's been only 2 months, and I think we're up to 21, 22 players, so the popularity has been huge.
When Shayleen Ottas first heard about the Angels of Assault roller derby team in Lloydminster, she didn't hesitate to put on the roller skates.
I grew up in the era where roller skating and roller derby were huge, so I was really excited to see something like this become a part of my life again.
Shayleen is among the over 20 players who have taken an interest in the sport, and that's just the beginning. Already the team has appointed a head coach.
The girls are happy with it, because they all get to skate instead of having to take time off to try and run the practices themselves, and I am finding things that they didn't know, so I'm able to help them. And the thing is just blowing up, there's Facebook page now and Twitter pages and over 20, almost 25 girls, and we're starting to get a coaching staff, and people are coming to us looking to sponsor us, volunteer with us, and all these things because they know this is going to be huge in Lloydminster when it gets started.
And to continue that momentum, the next step is to get the players certified.
We need to be benchmarked, and to be benchmarked, then we can start participating in camps and things like that. And then hopefully by next year we'll be a full-fledged team, and we can actually start playing in bouts, and that's actually the ultimate goal.
We are probably going to be looking at 2 to 3 teams within a year or 2 at the most. We're going to be able to run our own league out of Lloydminster at some point. That's how many girls are interested, and it just keeps growing.
As for Shayleen, she's received plenty of support and criticism in her household.
My husband's very supportive. He thinks it's awesome, so it's great. My kids think I'm crazy, but it's all good.
And a few of them got certified as well, so congratulations to them this past weekend. For more information, you can visit their Facebook page, just located on your screen. All right, let's move on. And after finishing first in the Alberta Football League, the Lloydminster Vandals got a well-deserved bye to the semis over the weekend. The Vandals were waiting to see who they will face. And this is what happened. We had the Central Alberta Buccaneers fall short to the Grand Prairie Drillers 44-34. And you had the Calgary Gators beat the Edmonton Stallions 31-17. So the semifinals look like this. The Calgary Gators visit the border city on August 11th to take on the Vandals. The Vandals won the only meeting of the season 34-8. The other semifinal has Grand Prairie taking on the Calgary Wolfpack. To rugby now, the Lloydminster Reapers trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They come short this weekend, 52-34 to the Wild Oats second team. The Reapers played one man short in this contest. Now to the Alberta Summer Games. It wrapped up over this weekend with teams from around the region taking part in the 3-day event in Lethbridge. Caitlin Anhorn, the only Lloydminster athlete to medal for Zone 7. She finished second in pentathlon. The medal totals look like this. You had Zone 3, which was Calgary at 139 medals. Zone 2 was Big Country, pretty much spanning from High River all the way up to Olds to as far as Brooks. They finished second, 117 medals. Zone 6, which is Edmonton, at 112. And you see again, Zone 7 with 26 medals. That one silver won by Caitlin Anhorn. Now, the Alberta Summer Games may have ended, but the Saskatchewan Summer Games kicked into full gear today. In girls soccer, Team River West are considered medal contenders, and they faced Team Saskatoon this morning. And it wasn't the way they wanted it to start. In the competition, they fell 3-0 to Team Saskatoon, and they also took on Prairie Central this afternoon. That one was 0-0 in the second half. A better result in boys basketball, though. And we'll take a look at that. Brendan Kufert led all scorers with 23 points, including a stretch where he scored 14 straight for Team River West in their 55-39 victory over Team Southeast. That's all the time we have for sports. Stick around for more news and weather after the break.